So, this is it.
This is it.
And this is the way it looks.
This is the way it looks.
I suppose in the end you get used to the furnishings.
That depends. Some people do.
Are all the rooms like this?
Of course not. Forget Chinese, blacks, Hindus. What would they want with stuff like this?
And what do they think I want with it? God, it's hideous. Oh well. I was always living with furniture I couldn't stand anywhere. And ideas. And people. I liked it.
Oh, you won't find it so bad here. You'll see.
Good. Fine. Fine. Just the same, you've heard all the stuff they talk about back there.
What about it?
Oh, all this.
Oh, you don't believe that crap. Because people who've never been anywhere near here. Because if they had...
Yes. Where are the thumb screws?
The what?
The thumb screws. The whips. The racks.
Are you serious?
My what? Yes. Yes, like, I was serious. No mirrors. No windows, of course. Nothing breakable. And why'd they take away my toothbrush?
Aha! Now there's your human dignity coming back.
Save your familiarity, my friend. I know where I am, and I know my situation here, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna stand for any...
Calm down. We're bar men. But what do you expect? All the guests ask the same thing right off. It's, where are the thumb screws? And when they ask that, I can tell they're not thinking about that Pepsodent smile of theirs. And then you get them all calmed down. And you start wanting your toothbrush. Now, just stop and think. Why in the hell would you want to brush your teeth here?
Yes, I suppose that's true. Why would I? And why would I want to look in the mirror? And as far as this statue goes, it's fine. There will probably be times when I won't be able to look at it enough. Not enough. See? What the hell? There's nothing to hide. I tell you, I'm quite aware of my situation here, and why I was sent. Do you want to know what it's like to be here? Is that why you're looking at me like that? All right, I'll tell you. It's like drowning in hot water, with your eyes above the water. And what do you see? A statue of Napoleon. What a nightmare. That's all right. You don't have to say anything. You're probably not allowed to anyway. I know. I'll shut up. I just don't think this is a shock to me. I knew it was coming. I know the whole score, backwards and forwards, behind me and ahead of me. So it's no toothbrush, no beds either. You never sleep, right?
Right.
I was sure of it. Why would you sleep? If you feel it coming, it creeps up on you behind the ears first. You feel your eyes shutting, but sleep? You lie down on the couch, and all gone. You're not sleepy anymore. You have to get up, rub your eyes, and go through the whole thing all over again.
Got some imagination.
No, shut up. not going to make a fuss. I just want to be able to look the whole thing straight in the face. I don't want to give it a chance to knife me from behind where I can't see it. Imagination? Well then, how's this? You don't get sleepy. Why sleep if you're not sleepy? Correct. Wait a minute. I've got it. Why is it naturally painful to be here? Why would it have to be torture? I've got it. It's because it's life without time off, without a break.
What do you mean, break?
What do I mean? Look at me. I knew it. That's why you have that smug, cocky expression on your face. Oh my God, they've atrophied.
What?
Your eyelids. We used to close ours. We called it blinking your eyes. A split second of darkness. A little black curtain falls and goes back up, and your break is made. It keeps your eyeball moist and blots out the rest of the world. Think about how restful it would be. 100 rests in an hour. 100 little escapes. So, I'm going to live without eyelids. You know, it's really all the same thing. Without eyelids, without sleep. No more sleep. But how am I going to live with myself? I mean, just try to understand. Try hard. I do have a mean, nasty kind of disposition about me, and I'm sort of used to teasing myself, but I can't go on doing that all the time. Back there were nights. I used to sleep. A wonderful soft sleep to make up for it. I'd make myself have pleasant dreams. I dreamed there was a field of grass, and I would be walking through it. Is it daytime?
Daytime?
Is it light?
Can't you see the lights are lit?
Yeah, I see, but outside?
Outside?
Outside, on the other side of the wall, outside.
There's the hall.
And at the end of the hall?
Some more rooms. More halls. And some stairs.
That's it? Well, must have a day off once in a while. Where do you go?
To see my uncle. He's battle captain on the third floor.
Yeah, I should have guessed. Where's the light switch here?
There isn't any.
You mean you can't turn the light off?
Well, the management can shut off the juice. But I don't recall them ever having done it on this floor. We have unlimited service.
Okay, so I have to live with my eyes open.
Live?
Let's not split hairs about words. With my eyes open, forever, broad daylight in my eyes, and inside my head. And suppose I were to take that statue and send it to the chandelier. Do you think it would do the trick?
It's too heavy.
You're right. It's too heavy.
Well, you won't be needing me.
You going? So long. Wait. I can ring for you when I want, and you have to come?
Well, yes. But something seems to be wrong with it. You see, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
It works.
Well, so it does. But don't get your hopes up. It won't last.
No, nothing. What's this?
A letter.
You have mail delivery here?
No.
Then what good is this? Fine, you can go. Boy! Boy!
You call.
No.
Well. Here you are, madame. If you have anything you'd like to ask. Very well. Usually the guests want a little information, but it's all the same to me. As far as your toothbrush goes, and the light switch, and the bell, this gentleman here knows all about it. And he can answer your questions as well as I can.
Where's Florence? I'm asking you a question. Where is Florence?
I haven't any idea.
Is that the best you can do? Torture by separation. Well, it won't work as far as I'm concerned. Florence was a little fool, and I don't miss her.
I'm sorry, but who are you taking me for?
You. You're the torturer, I suppose.
That's very funny. You came in here, took one look at me, and you thought, there's the man who's going to torture me. What a mistake. That stupid bellboy should have introduced us. Torturer. Well, allow me to do the honors. I am Vincent Credo, journalist and writer. Since we seem to be sharing the same quarters, Madame...
Inestimable. Mademoiselle.
Good, fine. Well, the ice is broken. Now, you find that I have the face of a torturer. And would you kindly tell me how you can recognize one?
They look as if they were afraid.
Afraid? That's crazy. Who would they be afraid of? Their victims?
I know what I'm talking about. I've seen my own face in the mirror.
In the mirror? This place is impossible. You've taken out everything that remotely resembles a mirror. Well, I can assure you, I'm not afraid. I don't take the situation lightly, and I'm aware of its seriousness, but I'm not afraid.
That's your business. You don't ever, I suppose, go out for a stroll.
The door is bolted.
So much the worse.
can understand that you're not exactly happy to find me in here. As a matter of fact, I'd much rather be alone myself. I'd like the chance to get a few things straight in my mind, put my life in order, as it were. But I'm sure we can get used to each other. I don't talk much. I don't move around a whole lot, and I make very little noise. The only thing, if you don't mind my suggesting it, is that we keep up the greatest politeness toward each other. It would be our best defense.
I'm not a polite person.
I'll be polite for the both of us.
You're married.
I beg your pardon?
Do you think it would be possible to stop twitching your mouth? It's going around like a top there under your nose.
I'm extremely sorry. I didn't realize.
That's just the trouble. There! You make a point of being polite, and yet you leave your face out in the open. You're not alone, and you have no right to inflict the sight of your fear on me.
You were not afraid?
Fear was for before, while we still had hope.
Well, there's no more hope left that I know, but we're still before. Whatever it's to be, it hasn't begun yet, you know, Mademoiselle Serrano.
I know. And so, what's going to happen?
I don't know. I'm just waiting. I'm not the torturer now.
Well, that's not who I thought you were. I thought you were a friend trying to play a joke on me. Are you expecting someone else?
No one else is coming.
Then it's sweet. Just the three of us. All alone. Oh! Oh.
It's not a laughing matter.
Oh, I know. But look at this spot. How they find them all over the world. I feel as if it were New Year's and I was visiting my Aunt Marie. Because they're so hideous. This one's mine, but I shall never be able to sit upon it. I'm in turquoise, and it's upholstered in spinach green.
Would you like mine?
The burgundy one. That is nice of you, but I'm afraid it wouldn't be much better. What can one do? Each one gets his own little prize, I suppose. Mine's the green one, and so I'll take it. Actually, the only one that could work at all of this is the one the gentleman's sitting on.
Did you hear, Plato?
Fun. Oh, excuse me. It's yours, madam.
Since we're going to live together, I think we should make each other's acquaintance. I'm Stella Delinet.
You know, sir, I'm delighted.
It's Fredo.
You need anything?
No, I'll ring for you.
You're very lovely to look at, and I'm very happy. I wish I had some flowers to make you feel more at home.
Flowers. I so love flowers. It's so hot here this year. I suppose the only thing one can do is have a good sense of humor about all of this. You,
Yes, last week. And you?
yesterday, the funeral isn't even over yet. The wind is blowing my sister's veil around. She's doing her hardest she can to try. Come here, try a little harder. Gabrielle is terribly ugly this morning. She's holding on to her sister's arm. She's doing all she can to cry. But she won't, because it will make her mascara run. But I do say, in her place, well, she wasn't my best friend.
Did you suffer very much?
No, barely conscious. What did she? Pneumonia. Well, it's over. They're all leaving. Good morning, good morning. Such a lot of handshaking. My husband is absolutely ill. So unhappy. He had to stay home. And you?
Yes.
And you?
12 bullets in my carcass. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not a very high-class corpse.
No, it's just that it's a little disgusting. You know, what does it all mean? We may very well have never been so much alive as we are right now. If we've got to give a name to all of this, I suggest we call it absence. It sounds so much nicer. Have you been absent long?
About a month.
And where are you from?
Paris.
Have you anyone left back there?
My wife. She came into jail every other day. They wouldn't let her in. She's looking into the bars now. Doesn't know yet that I'm absent, but she suspects. Now she's leaving. She's all in black. Suits her well. She won't have to change. The sun is bright and shining, and she's in black. There in the empty streets. With those big eyes like a victim's. She gets on my nerves.
Estelle? Excuse me, Monsieur Credo?
I beg your pardon.
You're sitting on my divan.
I'm sorry.
You look so wrapped up.
I'm putting my life in order. It might be better for some people if they did the same thing.
My life is all in order, completely in order. It did it all by itself back there on Earth, and I don't need to bother with it here.
Really?
You think it's that simple?
Well, may I?
Oh, no! No, it's just that I can't stand men in their shirt sleeves.
That's all right. I used to spend all night in the coffee room. It's always hot as a jungle in there. It is hot as the jungle in there now. It's night out.
So it is. Already night. Millicent is getting ready for bed. She's getting undressed. How fast time flies down there.
It's night. They've closed off my room. Sealed the door. The room's empty and dark.
Put their coats on the backs of the chairs and rolled their shirt sleeves up above their elbows. It smells of men and cigar smoke. I used to like to live that way. With men around, in shirt sleeves.
We don't happen to have the same taste there. That's all that proves. And you? Did you like men in their shirt sleeves?
Shirts or no shirts, I'm not very fond of men anyway.
But why? Why have they put us together? What's that? I look at you both and I think how we're going to live together. Somehow, I expected to find friends, relatives.
A lovely friend with a hole in the middle of his face.
And yes, that one too. He used to rumble like an absolute professional. But why have they put us together?
Well, it's just chance. They put the people in where they can in the order of their arrival. What are you laughing at?
You and your chance. Do you need to be reassured that badly? They would not need a chance.
Perhaps we've met someone.
Never. I'd never have done it.
Or maybe we had friends in common. Don't you know the Dubois Seymours?
I doubt it very much.
They're always entertaining. Everyone goes.
What do they do?
Do? Why not? They have that big plate can.
I was a secretary.
Oh. Oh, really? Well then. And you, Monsieur Credo?
I never left Paris. Found enough trouble right there.
Well then, I suppose you must be right. It really all must be chance.
Chance? Then this garbage is there by chance. It is just an accident that the divan on the left is red and the one on the right is dark green. An accident? Well, try changing them around. Let me know how it comes out. And this statue. Is that here by chance too? This heat. Ugh, this heat. I tell you, this room was made for us. It was waiting for us.
Why should it be? Everything about it is so hard and angular. I always hated angles.
Do you think I lived in a room like this?
And you think it was prepared?
Everything. And we're well matched too.
Then it's not by chance that you happen to be sitting opposite me. What are they waiting for?
I don't know, but they're waiting. Don't worry.
I can't stand it when I think somebody is waiting for me to do something. I have the most horrible urge to do just the opposite.
Well, go right ahead. You don't even know what it is they want you to do.
It's awful. And something's supposed to happen to me because of you two? Because of you two? I've seen faces that meant something to me right off, and yours say nothing at all.
Come now. Why are we here? You've already said enough. Just go on to the end.
I don't know anything about it.
We've got to know.
Wouldn't each one of us have the courage to...
What?
Estelle, well, yes. What did you do? Why were you sent here?
I don't know. I think it must all might even be a mistake. Don't smile. Think of all the people who become absent every day. They come here by thousands and are taken care of by mere underlings, uneducated employees. How can there help it today now and then? Oh, don't laugh. It's perfectly reasonable. And you. Perhaps they didn't make a mistake in my case, but perhaps they did in yours. And yours too. Isn't it better to think that we're here by mistake?
Is that all you have to tell us?
What more do you want to know? I was an orphan, I had no money, and I had my younger brother to take care of. There was an old friend of my father's who was particularly wealthy. He wanted to marry me, so I accepted. Well, what would you have done in my place? My brother's health was terribly delicate. It was frightfully difficult to get him the kind of care he needed. I lived for 6 years with my husband without a shadow of doubt or happiness. Then, 2 years ago, I met the man I was really meant for. We both knew it the minute we saw each other. He wanted me to run away with him, but naturally I wouldn't. And then came my pneumonia. I suppose in a way I could be blamed for sacrificing my youth to an old man. Do you think that's wrong?
Certainly not. Do you think it's wrong to live according to your principles?
I don't see how anyone can be blamed for it.
I edited a newspaper that had a reputation for telling the truth. I had a bold policy. The truth, whether they liked it or not, and to hell with the consequences. That was my motto. They called me a fearless journalist. I always came out against war. Pacifist. Not the milk-sucking kind, but militant against all war, any war. After Danzig, I went right ahead preaching the gospel of peace. And France fell. Was I supposed to change all of my principles just because they happened to find favor with the Germans? My enemies denounced me as a traitor. They said I had sold out. Fools. And the fools had their way in the end. They shot me. I folded my arms, and they shot me. So where's the blame there? What did I do wrong?
You did nothing wrong. You're
A hero? And so, it was as simple as that.
Well, maybe. Perhaps. Not quite.
You were lucky you had no responsibilities towards anyone. You weren't married, I take it.
Well, yes, I had a wife. What about her? I took her out of the gutter to marry her.
You see?
I see. Who are you putting this act on for anyway? We're all in this together.
Together.
Criminals together. We're in hell, my little friend, and there's never any mistake here. People are not damned for nothing.
Stop.
In hell. Damned!
Stop it! Will you stop it? I refuse to let you use such coarse language.
I said damned. Did you hear me? Salvation now. paid for now.
Will you shut up?
Now I see why they put us together.
Be careful what you say. We don't want to hear it. We know we're here. Isn't that enough for you?
Oh no, you've got to hear this. It's pretty clever. It's very clever. There's no physical torture, right? No roasting over the flames and no nail pulling. And yet we're in hell. And no one else is coming. We're alone. 3 of us. Forever.
I know it.
Well, this is the point. They made a savings in their hired help, that's all. Customers serve themselves. It's like a cafeteria.
What do you mean?
Each one of us is the torturer for the other 2.
I won't provide your tortures for you. I have nothing against you, and I don't want anything to do with you. Nothing. It's perfectly simple, so there you are. Each one into his own little corner. It's a game. You here, and I will be over here. And silence, not a word. It's not so hard, is it? Each one of us has enough to do thinking about himself. I could stay for 10,000 years without speaking.
I have to be quiet?
Yes. And we'll be safe. Just keep quiet. Look inside yourself and never lift your head once. Agreed?
Agreed.
I agree.
Then, goodbye.
You wouldn't have a mirror. A little mirror. Anything. Well, if you're going to leave me all alone, you might at least give me a looking glass.
I have one in my bag. It's gone. I must have taken it when I came in here.
What a bore.
What's the matter?
I feel so strange. Don't you ever feel that way when I can't see myself in a mirror? I can't even feel myself, and I start to begin to wonder if I really exist at all.
You're very lucky. I always feel myself inside.
Oh yes, inside. Everything that goes on in one's head is so vague it puts me to sleep. I have 6 huge mirrors in my bedroom. I can always see them, but they can't see me. They reflect the rug, or the couch, or the windows. How empty a mirror is if I can't see myself in it. Whenever I used to have to talk to someone, I would always arrange it so that I could see myself in one. I would talk. I could see myself talking. I could see how I looked, and it sort of kept me awake. My makeup! I'm sure I put it on all wrong. I simply can't go through all eternity without my makeup.
Wouldn't you like me to be your mirror? Come, I'll invite you over to my house. Sit down on my divan.
But
We won't pay any attention to him.
we're going to hurt each other. You said so yourself.
Do I look as if I wanted to hurt you?
Not at all.
It's you who hurt me. What does it matter? If I've got to suffer, it might as well be because of you. Come over here. Sit down. Well, sir, come over here closer to me. Now, look into my eyes. What do you see?
I see myself. Very tiny. I can hardly see myself at all.
I see you. I see all of you. Go on, ask me questions. You'll see that no mirror can be so faithful.
Monsieur Cato, I'm sure we're annoying you with our silly chatter.
Let him be. He doesn't count anymore. We're all alone. Go on, Lily. Ask me questions.
Is my lipstick on straight?
See. Not very.
I knew it. Fortunately, nobody saw. I'll start over.
There. That's better. Oh, no! No! How's your hands? There. There. That's it.
Is it as good as it was a little while ago when I came in?
Better. Heavier. More cruel. Just the right makeup for hell.
It's such a bother, I can't tell for myself. What a nuisance. I swear it looks all right.
Do you think I would lie to you, my sweet?
Swear it looks all right.
You're beautiful.
So nerve-wracking. I can't tell for myself.
I have the same taste as you. Like you. Look at me. Smile at me. I'm not ugly either. Don't you think I'm better than a mirror?
I don't know. You're a little terrifying. My reflection in a mirror was hot air, and I could do with it what I wanted. I knew it so well. I'm going to smile, and it'll go all the way into your eyes, and heaven only knows what will happen to it there.
And what's to stop you from catching me? Won't you call me this?
I have difficulty calling women by their first name.
Especially secretaries, I suppose. What is that you've got on your cheek? It looks like a pimple.
On my cheek! How frightful! Where?
You see, I'm a mirror to catch little mice in, and you're my little mouse. I've got you. It's nothing at all, but suppose the mirror should begin to lie, or if I should shut my eyes and refuse to look at you, what would you do with all of that beauty? But don't worry, I have to look at you, and I'll be nice. I'll be very nice, but you'll call me Ines.
You like me then?
Very much.
I wish he would look at me too.
Because he's a man. All right, you win. Why won't you look at her? Come on, cut the comedy. You didn't miss a word of what we were saying.
You're right. Not a word. Not even with my fingers in my ears. Your gabbing went right through. Are you going to leave me alone or not? I have nothing to do with you. You understand?
And this little one, you want something to do with her? I see what you're doing. You think she will be more interested in you if you sit over there like a big man, thinking.
I told you to leave me alone. There's somebody talking about me at the paper, and I want to listen. And I don't give a good goddamn about your little friend, if that makes you feel any better.
Thank you.
I didn't mean...
Half-wit!
There. I begged you to stop talking.
Well, I didn't do a thing. She offered me her hand mirror.
No, you just made faces so he'd look at you.
And what if I did?
Are you crazy? Both of you? Can't you see just where this is leading us? Shut up, for God's sake! Now, we're going to go back and sit down, quietly, and we're going to shut our eyes. And each one of us is going to try to forget that the others are here.
Forget. How childish. Everything you don't say yells itself into my ears. You can nail your mouth shut, cut out your tongue. Do you think it will stop you from existing? You're all over the room. Every sound comes into my ears dirty because you've heard it on the way. You've even stolen my face. You know what it looks like and I don't anymore. And her, you have stolen her. If we were alone, do you think she would dare treat me the way she does? Take those hands away from your face! I'm not going to leave you alone. It would be too easy. You'd like to sit back there, buried inside yourself like a Buddha, and have me sit over here, knowing that every sound she made, down to the last rustling of her dress, was for you, and she was sending smiles to you that you couldn't see. Well, I'm not going to have any of that. I want to choose my own hell. I want to look right at you and fight in the open.
All right. I suppose it's inevitable. They've managed us as if we were children. If they put me up with men, men know how to keep their mouths shut. But I suppose you can't ask for too much. You like me, baby? I've got a feeling you do.
Don't touch me.
Ah, come on, be yourself. You know, I liked women a lot. You didn't know that. And they liked me a lot. So just take it easy. We've nothing to lose. Manners? What for? Ceremony? For what? This is private. In a little while, we'll be as naked as the day we were born.
Get away from me!
As the day we were born! I warned you. I asked for nothing except for peace and a little silence. I had my fingers in my ears. Duval was talking. He was standing in between the tables with all the guys in the copy room listening, in shirt sleeves. I was trying to hear what they were saying, but I couldn't get it. Everything goes by so fast on Earth. But you couldn't shut up. Not for a minute. There. He's done talking. Whatever he was thinking about me has gone back inside his head. But we've got to go on to the end. Naked as the day we were born. I want to know who I'm dealing with.
You know now.
As long as each one of us hasn't told why he's here, we won't know anything. You there! You start. Why? Tell us why. If you tell us, it'll save us a lot of trouble later on. Come on, tell us why!
I told you that I don't know. They wouldn't tell me.
No, they wouldn't tell me either. But I know myself. You afraid of talking first? Huh? All right, I'll start. It's not very pretty.
That's all right. We know you're a collaborator.
That's enough of that. Don't talk about that, ever. I'm here because I tortured my wife for 5 years. And of course she's still suffering. There she is. As soon as I talk about her, I can see her. It's Duval I really want to know about, so of course it's my wife I see. Where is Duval? 5 years. What do you know? They've given her back my stuff. She's sitting by the window with my jacket on her knees. The jacket with the 12 holes. The blood looks like rust. The edges of the holes are rusty. It's a museum piece, a historic garment, and I wore it. Are you gonna cry? I bet you end up by crying. I used to come home late at night, blind drunk, smelling of liquor and women, and she'd have been waiting up all night for me, but she never cried. And never a word of reproach for her, of course, only her eyes. I can't be sorry. It's snowing out. Aren't you gonna cry? There's a woman who was born to be a martyr.
Why did you make her suffer?
Because it was easy. All she needed was a word to make her change color. She was sensitive. I'm a great one for teasing, though. I'd wait and I'd wait, but no, never a whine, never a reproach. I found her in the street, understand, just a little two-bit. Now she's running her hand over the coat without looking at it. Her fingers are feeling out the holes as if she were blind. What are you waiting for? What do you think is going to happen? I tell you, I don't regret anything. Her whole trouble was, she admired me too much. She thought too much of me. Can you understand that?
No, I wasn't admired.
So much the better. For you. All of this probably seems very abstract to you then, but here's a story. I had brought home a mulatto girl to live. Oh, what nights. My wife slept downstairs on the first floor. She must have heard us. And you know what she did in the morning? She got up first.
And got breakfast for you?
Yes. And brought it to us in bed, in 2 little trays.
Louse.
Well, I'll grant you that, but a very special louse to her. Now it's nothing. It's Duval, but he's not talking about me. Hell, you were saying louse. If I weren't a louse, what would I be doing here? And in your case?
Well, back on Earth I was what they called one of those women. Already damned, you know, so this is no great surprise.
And that's all?
Well, no, there is that business with Florence, but everybody concerned is dead, the 3 of us. First him, then she and I. There's nobody left, and I'm satisfied. Nothing but the room. I see it from time to time, just empty. Blinds shut. Sign on the door. For rent? It's for rent? It's a mockery.
3. Did you say 3?
3.
A man and 2 women?
Yes.
Well. He killed himself?
That guy? No. But it wasn't for lack of reason. He'd suffered enough. No, it was a trolley car that killed him. Isn't that a laugh? I lived with them. He was my cousin.
Florence was a blonde?
A blonde. Look, I may have no regrets about my life, but don't think I like going over all of this.
Come on, out with it. You poisoned her mind against him, right?
Well, little by little. A word here, word there. It was nothing really. But since he made his
Because I'm not vulnerable.
That remains to be seen. I sort of slipped inside her mind, and she began to see him through my eyes. And there at the end of it, there she was in my hands. We took a room at the other end of town.
Then what happened?
Then came the trolley car. I used to say to her every day after it happened, well, kid, we got rid of him. I'm malicious. I'm bad. I know.
I know. I am too.
No, you're not malicious. With you, it's something else.
What?
You're just trying to prove something to yourself.
But what?
I'll tell you later, but you see, I'm really bad. I mean, I need to see people suffer in order to exist at all. The torch in their hearts. For 6 months, I flamed in her heart, burned everything. Then one night, she got up and turned on the gas. I didn't hear her. That's all.
Huh.
What?
Nothing. That's nasty business.
Of course it's nasty business. So what?
Oh, you're right. Your turn. What did you do?
I don't know. I've been asking myself the same question. It's no good.
All right. We'll help you. The guy with the smashed up face. Who was he?
What guy?
You know who I mean. The one you were afraid of when you came in.
A friend.
Why were you afraid of him?
You have no right to be asking me these questions.
He killed himself because of you.
Certainly not. Are you mad?
Then why were you afraid of seeing him? He blew his face off, right? And he did it because of you. Because of you!
Yes, that's right. The gun went off because of you.
Stop it! Will you stop it? I've got to get out of here! I've got to get out!
Go on out. Nothing would please me better. Only it happens, the door is locked. From the outside.
Monstrous. Completely monstrous. So what? So the guy was your lover, and he killed himself on account of you.
Well, naturally he was a lover, and he wanted her all to himself. Isn't that true?
He did the rumba like a professional, but he had no money.
We asked, was he poor?
Yes. He was poor.
And then, you had your reputation to take care of. And one day, he came and begged you to go away with him. And you laughed at him.
Yes, that's right. You laughed at him. That's why he killed himself.
Is that the way you looked at Florence?
Yes.
Ha! You're not even close. You too. He wanted me to have a child with him. There, you happy?
And you didn't want to?
Of course not. Baby came anyway. It was a girl. Roger really wanted a child. He didn't. We went to Mexico for 5 months.
And then, what happened?
There was a balcony out over some rocks. The hotel was on the cliff over the ocean. I brought in a big stone. Roger was yelling, "Estelle, please, please!" and crying. He was disgusting. I loathed him. He leaned out over the balcony and watched the waves where they'd gone down.
And then what?
Nothing. That's it. I went back to New York and he did what he felt like doing.
That is, he blew his head off.
I'm afraid he did. But it wasn't really necessary. My husband never suspected a thing. I hate you both!
Useless. Tears will never flow here. The heat.
I'm such a coward. I'm such a coward. If only you knew how much I hate you.
That little thing. The grilling's over. You don't have to go on looking like an executioner.
Executioner? I would give anything to see myself in a mirror. And it's hot. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You can stay in your shirt sleeves. No.
Oh, yes. You mustn't be angry with me, Estelle.
I'm not. I have nothing against you.
And me? You have something against me?
Yes.
Well, Canado, here we are, naked as the day we were born. Does it make any difference to you? Are things any clearer?
I don't know. Perhaps a little. Couldn't we try to help each other out?
I don't need any help.
Inez, they've got the wires hopelessly tangled. If you make the least gesture, if you lift your hand to fan yourself, Estelle and I feel it. No one of us can save himself alone. We've all got to save ourselves together or lose everything together. You can take your choice. What's the matter?
They've rented it. They've taken the sign off the door. The windows are wide open. There's a man sitting on my bed. Come in, don't be bashful. It's a woman. She's walking towards him, putting her hands on his shoulders. Why don't they turn on the light? Are they going to kiss each other? That room is mine. Mine! Then why don't they turn on the light? What are they whispering about? Is he going to make love to her on my bed? It's over. I can't see anything more. I can't hear anymore. I guess this means goodbye to her. No more alibi. Empty. Now I'm completely dead and all of me is here. What were you saying? You were talking about helping me, if I remember.
Yes.
Helping me to do what?
Frustrate their plans.
And in exchange,
You help me. It's so simple. All you need is a little goodwill.
goodwill. Where am I going to get that? I'm rotted away. All of me.
And what about me? Just the same. Suppose we try.
I can't take or give either one. How do you expect me to help you? Dead branch, ready to burn. Florence was a real blonde.
Do you realize that this girl's going to be your inquisitioner?
I may have a pretty good idea.
They'll use her to get you down. As far as I'm concerned, I'm paying no attention to her at all. If only you could do the same.
What?
She's a trap. And you're being watched to see if you'll fall into it.
Of course she's a trap, and you're a trap too. Do you think they haven't foreseen your words? And all the traps and everything you say, traps we can't see? I'm a trap too. A trap for her. And it just may be that I'll catch her.
You won't catch anything. We'll all just run after each other like so many horses on a merry-go-round, and nobody will ever catch up with anybody. Rest assured, they've arranged everything. Let go, Inez. Open up your hands. Let your prey go. If you don't, you will bring us all to grief. All three.
Do I look like a person who lets her prey go? I know what's before me. I am going to burn. I am burning, and I know there will never be an end to it. Do you think I will give up? She's going to see you through my eyes the way Florence saw him. What the hell do you mean? I'll bring you all to grief. I'm telling you, I know everything about it, and I can't even have pity on myself. The trap. Ha! Of course I'm in a trap. So much the better if that's the way they want it.
I can have pity on you. It is. Look at me. We're naked. Naked to the bone. And I know you right into your heart. It gives us something in common. Do I look like I want to hurt you? I'm not sorry for what's happened, but I'm not complaining. I'm dried up too, like you, but somehow I can have pity on you.
Don't touch me like that, ever! I can't stand to have anyone touch me. Keep your pity. After all, Credo, there are a lot of traps for you in this room. For you, made especially for you. You would do better to mind your own business. If you'll leave the two of us absolutely alone, the little one here and me, I'll see to it that you're not hurt. At least not by us.
All right. It's a bargain.
Credo! Help!
What do you want from me?
You can help me.
You better talk to her.
Credo! You promised me. You promised me, Credo. Please, I beg of you, don't leave me alone. Quick! Quick! Nelson has taken him off to dance.
Taken who off?
Ricardo.
Who's Ricardo?
A little dope, I know, but he was in love with me. He used to call me his fountain.
Were you in love with him?
They're sitting down again. She's all out of breath. I wonder why she even tries to dance, unless it's to help her reduce. Of course I don't love him. He's exactly 18. I don't happen to be that sort of monster.
Leave them alone. What do you care what they do?
He was mine.
Nothing on earth is yours any longer.
He was mine.
He was yours, yes. Try to touch him now. Try to touch him. Millicent can touch him, can't she? She can hold his hands, touch his knees.
She's pushing that great bosom of hers under his nose, blowing in his face. Tom Thumb! Poor little Tom Thumb. Why don't you just burst out laughing? It's crazy. All it would take would be one good look from me and she'd never dare. Am I really nothing? Nothing at all?
Not anymore. And nothing on earth is yours any longer. Everything you have is right here. Do you want the gold chair? The letter opener is yours, and the statue is yours, and I'm yours, my sweet. I'm yours forever.
Ha! Which one of you would call me your fountain of inspiration? You're not gold, either of you. We all know I'm as low as they come. Ricardo, sweet, think of me. Think of me and no one else. Defend me. As long as you think my fountain of inspiration, my darling fountain of inspiration, then I'm only half here. I'm only half guilty. As long as you think my fountain, I'm back there, near you. Now really, she's as red as a lobster. You know that we've both laughed at her at least 100 times. What's that piece they're playing? It was one of my favorites. If only you could see them, Credo. You're such a scream. You die laughing. But you'll never know that I can see you. And I do see you, with your hair all coming down, your face all scrunched up. I see you stepping all over his feet. He's pushing her and pulling her across the dance floor. He used to say to me, Estelle, you're as light as a feather. But I do see you. Our dear Estelle! What do you mean, our dear Estelle? You didn't even shed one tear in my funeral. She said to him, our dear Estelle! She has the nerve to talk to him about me. Well, come now, you two. Try and dance. I'm wondering why she even tries to talk and dance at the same time. No! No! No, don't tell him! Take him away! Do whatever you want with him, he's yours! Don't tell him, please! Well, that's it. She's told him everything, Fredo. Roger, the trip to Mexico, the baby, it's all come out. Audrey Stell is not exactly... Well, I'm not. You're right. He called me his crystal. It's ludicrous. Take him. He's yours. I'm not one to fight with you over his long eyelashes, girlish face. Come on, you two. Try and keep time. 1, 2. I'd give anything in the world just to go back for one instant and dance. I can't hear the music very well. It must be a rumba, but why are they playing it so softly? Louder! Well, that's it. The earth has left me for good, Fredo. Look at me. Take me in your arms.
Fredo!
Speak to her.
No, don't go away. Stop looking at that way. You've got to look at something. If it's not me, it'll be a statue or a table or a chair. And I do think I have pretty hair. Somebody did kill himself for me. And I do think I'm a little pleasanter to look at. Listen, it's so silly. I've fallen out of their hearts back there like a baby bird out of the nest. Take me into your heart. You'll see how sweet I can be.
I told you to talk to her.
To her? She doesn't count. She's a woman.
I don't count. But my poor, dear little bird, you've been safe in my heart for a long time. I'll watch over you forever without even blinking my eyes. You'll live in my eyes like a speck of dust in a ray of sunlight.
A ray of sunlight? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You played your trump card a while back. Can't you see it didn't do you any good?
Estelle, my inspiration, my crystal globe.
Your crystal! Can't you see? The crystal smashed into 1,000 pieces, and I don't give a damn. I'm just a skin. It's not for you to touch.
Come over here. Be what you want, an angel or a monster. You'll see that in my eyes, you'll be what you really want to be.
Get away from me. You have no eyes. What have I got to do to make you leave me alone? This?
Fredo, you will pay for this.
So, you want a man.
A man? No. You.
Now cut all that. Any man would fill the bill. I happen to be here, and I'll do. Good. I have nothing much for you to get excited about, you know? I'm not a little dope, and I don't rumba.
Well, we'll see. Perhaps I'll change you.
I doubt it. I'll be absent-minded. I have other things to think about.
What?
You wouldn't be interested.
Well then, I'll just sit here in your place and wait for you to pay attention to me.
A little strumpet flat on her belly. And he's not even handsome. Or don't men have to be? Just brave, I suppose.
Don't listen to her, Fredo. She has no eyes, no face. It's just us.
I'll give you what I can. I won't love you. I won't be able to. I know you too well.
Do you want me?
Yes.
Well then, that's all I ask for.
Then,
Estelle, have you lost your minds? I'm here. You can't.
And why not? I always dress in front of my maid.
Leave her alone! Leave her alone! Don't touch her with those filthy man hands!
No, you don't! I'm not a gentleman. Remember? And I don't mind hitting a woman.
Promise me, please. Oh, I'm begging you, you promise me!
You're the one who broke the pact.
Go ahead, do whatever you want. You're 2 against 1. But you're gonna have to do everything right here in front of me. I won't take my eyes off of you, kiddo. Oh, God! How I hate both of you! Go on, make your love, make love, but this is hell, and you'll have your turn to suffer!
Ah, your lips.
I thought I told you not to pay any attention to her.
Her? Who's paying attention to her? The bottles of paper. They've closed all the windows. It must be winter. 6 months. It's been 6 months since I was... I think I warned you I'd be a little preoccupied. They've kept their coats on this time. They must be shivering. It's funny to see them so cold back there. This time he's talking about me.
Well, you might at least tell me what he's saying.
Nothing. He's not saying anything. He's a louse. That's all. A goddamn louse! Let's get back to us. Will you be able to love me?
Who knows?
Will you have confidence in me?
What a mess you make! Can't you see? You have my lips, my arms, my whole body, my confidence. It's such a disgusting thing to ask. You must have done something mighty bad to be asking for my confidence like this.
I was executed.
I know, for collaborating. And then what?
I never collaborated. He's a fast talker. He puts the blame where it belongs, but he doesn't say what should have been done about it. Was I going to go into the general and say, well, General, I've decided not to go forward. They'd have put me in jail right away. So I got on the train. I wanted to show them. But they stopped me halfway.
And where were you trying to go?
Geneva, ultimately. Well, say something.
What do you want me to say? But darling, how am I supposed to know what I should say?
Oh, but Precious, you're supposed to tell him that he ran off like a lion. Because he did run away, your big precious man. That's what he's wrapped up in. That's what he's worried about.
Ran away, left. Call it what you like.
Well, of course you had to run away. You'd have been shot down in the street if you hadn't.
Well, naturally. Estelle, am I a coward?
But darling, how should I know? I can't get inside your head. You'll have to do that for yourself.
I can't.
Well, you must have had your reason.
Well, yes, I have.
Well then,
But was it the real reason?
you're so complicated.
I wanted to live in order to go on with my work, but I wonder, was it the real reason?
That question. Was it the real reason? Ask yourself, didn't staying alive come before everything else?
Shut up! I used to walk back and forth in my cell, night and day, from the window to the door, from the door to the window. I'd spy on myself, I'd get on my own trail, it seems as though I'd spent a whole lifetime asking myself questions, and Somehow the action had come by itself. I had got on the train. That's certain. But why? Why? In the end, I thought, my death will decide it. If I die like a man, I will have proved I'm not a coward.
And, how did you die, Pedro?
Badly. It was just a bodily weakness. I am not ashamed of what happened. Only everything was left up in the air. Look at me. I need somebody to look at me while I'm being talked about back there. I like your brown eyes.
Brown eyes, how do you like that? And you, Estelle, do you like cowards?
If only you knew how little it mattered. Coward or not, as long as the kid was loud.
Rocking their heads back and forth, and puffing on their cigars, bored stiff. And they're thinking, Credo is a coward, very soft, feeble. After all, you've got to think something. Credo is a coward. That's what they've all decided, my pals. In another 6 months, it will be as yellow as Credo. You two are lucky. Everyone on earth has forgotten about you. My life, that's harder to put out.
And your wife, Credo?
My wife, what? She's dead.
Dead.
Yeah, I must have forgot to tell you. She died a little while ago, about 2 months ago, while Estelle was dancing.
Just couldn't stand it any longer, I suppose.
Of course not. What else do you think she died? Well then, that's that. The war is over. My wife is dead. But I've gone down in history.
Hey, Joe. Put your hand. No, leave it there. They're all going to die, one by one. And we're all that's left. Just us.
But they won't forget. They may die, but others will come who will take their place. Like, I've left my life in their hands.
You think too much.
And what else is there to do? In the past, I used to act just to go back and be with them. I put a stop to it. But I'm out of the game. They're making out the score as if I didn't exist. They're right. I'm dead. Dead as a rat. Gone into public domain.
Hey,
That you. Look, you're gonna do me a favor. No. Don't shrink back. I know it must seem strange that someone would ask you for help. You're not used to it, but if you try, if you make an effort, then perhaps we could really love each other. You see, 1,000 of them are saying over and over again that I'm a coward, but if there was one person, just one person, who could say that with all his might, that I didn't run away, that I couldn't have run away, that I have some courage, that I'm a man, and then I know I would be saved. Will you believe in me? I would love you more than I could ever love
I like men, real men, with rough skin and strong hands. You haven't got a coward's chin, or a coward's mouth. You haven't got the voice of a coward, or a coward's hair. And I like you for all those things. Your mouth, your voice, and your hair.
Is that true? Is that really true?
Do you want me to swear it?
Then I defy them all. The ones back there and the ones here. Estelle, you and I are going to get out of hell. What is it?
She doesn't believe a word of what she's saying. How could you be so stupid? Estelle, am I a coward? If you only knew how little it mattered to her, one way or the other.
Inez, don't listen to her. If you want me to have some confidence in you, you've got to begin to have some in me.
Oh, sure. Have confidence in her. She wants a man. That's easy enough to believe, right? She wants a man's arms around her waist, wants a man's smell, wants to see a man's eyes full of a man's desire, and beyond that, ha, she would tell you that you were God the Father if she thought that's what you wanted to hear.
Estelle, is that true? Answer me! Is it?
What do you want me to say? I don't understand a word of any of this. Coward or not, I love you just the same. There. Are you happy?
You both disgust me.
What are you doing?
I'm getting out.
You won't get far. The door's locked.
Credo!
I tell you they'll open up.
Don't get excited. That doesn't work.
I'm telling you, they're gonna open up. Get out of here. You're even lower than she is. I don't want to see your eyes. I don't want to sink into them. They're like a swamp. You're wet. You're soft. Like an octopus. Open up!
Credo, please! Don't leave me! Please, I'll be quiet. I'll sit on my bench and I won't say a word. Inez, she's got her claws. Don't leave her alone with me. Please!
Shift for yourself. I didn't invite you here.
Coward! You are a coward.
Oh, well, Angel, are you happy now? We have a scrap on his account, and now old Killjoy has gone off and left the ladies to their own devices.
Get away from me. That door opens, I'm out. Where? Anywhere. The farther away from you, the better.
Open up! Open up! I'll take them all. I'll take the boots, the tongs, the tweezers. Let's have the acid and the whips. Let's have 1,000 gashes. Anything but this pain. Anything but this tickling that never hurts enough. Will you open this door? Ha!
Well, Credo, go on.
I'm not going.
And you, Estelle? Well, which one of us is going? Which one of us three? Coast is clear. What are we waiting for? Oh God, it's a scream! We're inseparable!
Inseparable. Quick, help me, Credo! Push her out the hole and shut the door. She'll see how inseparable we are.
Let her go!
You're mad. She hates you.
I'm staying on her account.
On my account. Well, shut that door. It's 10 times hotter in here with it open. On my account?
Yes. You know what a coward is.
Yes, I do.
You know what evil means, and shame, and fear. There have been nights when you could actually see inside yourself through to your own heart, and it was like cracking your own bones. And the next morning, you no longer knew what it all meant. You couldn't make out what you had gone through the night before. Yes, you know the price of evil. And if you say that I'm a coward, then it's because you know what cowardice is. Right?
Yes.
You're the one I've got to convince. You're one of my kind. Did you really think I'd leave? I couldn't leave you here, crowing all over me, all those thoughts in your mind, all those ideas about
Do
me.
you really want to convince me?
It's the only thing I want. I can't hear them back there anymore, you know. It's probably because they're all through with me. Finished. The thing's a dead letter. Back on Earth, I'm nothing. Not even a coward. And Liz, here we are, alone. There's just you two to think of me. And she doesn't count. But you. You hate me. If you believe me, you can save me.
Do you think it will be easy? Look at me. I'm a hard customer.
I'll give you all the time you need.
Oh, you've got all the time. You've got all the time in the world.
Listen, everyone has their own aim in life. Isn't that true? I never gave a damn about money or love. I wanted to be a man, a tough one. I put all my eggs in one basket. How can anybody be yellow who always chooses the most dangerous course? Do you think you could judge a whole lifetime by a single act?
And why not? For 30 years, you pretended you were brave until you believed it yourself. And you allowed yourself to have some tiny little weaknesses because, of course, everything's permitted to heroes. And then when the crucial moment came, you decided to go to Switzerland.
I didn't just dream of being a hero. I determined to be one. You are what you want to be.
You can only tell what a man really is by his acts.
I died too soon. I wasn't given time to perform any acts of my own.
You always die too soon. Or too late. You died too late. And there's your life behind you, all finished. The figures are all there. They must be added up. What are you if not your life?
You bitch! You have an answer for everything!
Oh, come, don't give up so easily. It ought to be simple enough to persuade me. Find the right argument. Make an effort. Well, I told you you were vulnerable. And how you're going to pay for it now. You're yellow, Plato. Yellow. You're yellow because that's the way I want you to be. I want you to be yellow. And yet, look how weak I am. Just a breath. That's all it would take. The only thing that exists about me is the fact that I'm thinking about you. That I'm looking at you. Ha. Those big male hands. Now what do you think you can do about it? Hands can't catch thoughts. You've got to convince me, Credo. I've got you.
Credo,
What?
get even.
How?
Kiss me and watch her.
You know, Inez, it's true, you've got me, yes, but, I've got you, too.
Coward. Coward! one woman against the other.
Yell, yell.
What a lovely couple. If you could only see his big, fat paws spread out on your back, rubbing your dress and squeezing your flesh. He's gonna leave a blue stain on your dress. He's sweating.
Yelliness. Scream. Hug me tighter against you, Plato. It will kill her.
Oh, sure. Hold her tighter, Plato. That's it. Love is fine and deep like sleep, isn't it? But I'll keep you awake.
Here are my lips. I'm yours. All yours.
Well, what are you waiting for? Plato, the coward, has Estelle, the baby killer, in his arms. Let's her open. Will the coward kiss her? I see you. I see you! I'm a crowd all by myself. The public, Plato, the mob. Can you hear them? Coward. Coward. Coward! That's right. Just try to get away. You won't! What are you looking for in her lips? You want to forget? Well, I won't forget you. I'm the one you've got to convince. Me! What are you waiting for? See, Estelle, he let go of you. He whines like a dog. You will never get her.
It's never gonna get dark.
Never.
You'll always see me.
Always.
The statue. So this is it. The statue is here. I'm looking at it, and I understand that I'm in hell. I tell you, everything was planned. They knew that I would be standing in front of this mantle with my hand on this statue. All these eyes looking at me. All these eyes devouring me. You're only two? I'd have thought there'd been a lot more of you. So, this is hell. I never would have thought of you remember being roasted on the spit, the sulfur, and the brimstone. But what a laugh, as if they needed it. Hell is just other people.
Darling!
Leave me alone. She's between us. I can't with her watching.
She won't be between us any longer.
Look at